Hey, this is Gilgamesh again. Um, yeah, I went and saw this movie when it came out. I was actually surprised. I remember The Faces of Death when it came out. It was a cassette. You went to video store, you rented. There were like three of them. And the first one was famous for being pretty fake. They had some real things, but they reenacted others. Like this bear attack that is ridiculously stupid looking. But here, this movie surprised me how good it is. It's practical effects and the cast: Barbie Ferreira and Dacre Montgomery. I all I know about him was I looked him up. He was on Stranger Things. He on the third season played Billy. He was like Max's stepbrother, but he was a bully, and he was apparently, from what people said, controlled by the mind flare and everything. But here he plays this serial killer who essentially wants to recreate what happened in The Face of Death. And Barbie Ferrer plays Margaret, and she works at kind of a company like TikTok, and she sees this video and she thinks it's real, it's not fake, and she brings it to her boss, who just tells her and it turns out that Arthur Spedvik, he's a serial killer. Both of these two are fantastic, and then you got Aaron Holiday, who plays Margaret's roommate, and I mean Barbara's like fantastic. I mean, and you find out she's one of these people. What happened to her was she essentially, you find out as the movie goes on, that she was one of these that made videos and everything, and she did one with her sister that got ended tragically. And we find out what really happened and everything as the movie goes on. And and give it to Dacre Montgomery. He's fantastic as Arthur. He really embodies the serial killer, and he explains his whole motivation. That the idea is that people like sequels. So he's giving people a true sequel to Faces of Death, by taking what you saw in the movie and recreate it. Like there was this is in the movie where these people go to India and they take a small monkey and put in a thing where it can't move, and they bash the head to eat the brains. Well, he recreates that with a person. Another is a guy being electrocuted. Then another where this guy gets shot when he tries to leave. He's armed and gets killed by the police, so he recreates that with this one guy he kidnaps the guy's son. But really, I'd say, yeah, this is a fantastic, surprisingly well-made movie. And this is him right here. Some people recognize him as Billy. I was surprised, and it's only an hour and 37 minutes. It doesn't feel too long, and they even put the real VHS right here. And it's practical effects. So, and the kills are, they're what you expect if you've seen Faces of Death, and it's really Montgomery here and Barbara Ferreira are fantastic. They really carry this movie, and he's great as a serial killer. I mean, like I said, I didn't know much about Stranger Things, but this guy, he is great as Arthur. It's like, yeah, he works at like a store where he goes online. It's people, when he puts videos, what he does is targets people who say, oh, these videos, that make fun of his videos, of the murders he commits and uploads to this site. He'll target them and abduct them and then put them through set up a scenario and everything to kill them according to what was on Faces of Death. And so if he knows you made fun of him online, he's like, he'll find where you live, abduct you, and then put you through, because that's what he likes to do. And he's all about, and the way the movie ends, it's really well done. And and this lady basically is warned not to look too far into it, and she goes too far, loses her job. And there's a scene where her friend gives her this lipstick, and I've never seen a knife with that's in a lipstick where you put the lipstick on top and it's a tiny blade, and she carries that with her and uses it later in the movie. And it's, like I said, fantastic. That's how long it is, an hour and 37 minutes long. This movie is so much fun to watch that there wasn't a very full theater, but the the lady next to me, I was like, wow, she wanted to know who this guy was because I didn't realize it was him from Stranger Things. And, but yeah, I really, 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 really highly recommend this. If you don't see it in theaters, when it comes on streaming, find it. It'll be on Shudder. I do know it's a Shudder movie, and so it'll eventually be on Shudder. So, yeah, I just wanted to cover this real quick. Yeah, this is very well done. It's without giving too much away. The ending's really actually says a lot about what it says about society, and how people want to be famous. So yeah, it does bring up the whole thing of people on TikTok and everything, how they want to be famous, and they make videos so that people will notice them. And this guy basically goes, "Yeah, you insult me, I'll kill you." And so yeah, and great movie, by the way. And so yeah, it's worth. The kills are all, I think, done practically, and I enjoyed it. I was surprised how much I really enjoyed this movie. So if you have a chance, go see it in theaters. It's in theaters now. This is Gilgamesh. I will talk to you later. Bye.